Good morning, magandang umaga po. Today we're going to talk about something that is very important and something that is frequently troubling to people who are retiring or planning to retire and don't know when to retire. Should I start collecting Social Security benefits when I'm age 62? Should I wait until I'm 66 or any age in between? This video is going to clarify what the numbers will look like if you wait or if you don't wait. So, very important thing for you to make a decision on when to retire. Hang loose, I'll get into the details, okay? Okay, as I mentioned earlier, one of the key decisions you'll have to make is, should I retire? How much am I going to receive? What's the minimum I will receive? What is the maximum I will receive? What are my options? And how will these options affect the outcome of, in total, how much I'll be able to collect from the government in form of Social Security benefits? So we're going to get into that. I'm going to give you a presentation, a PowerPoint presentation, and an Excel presentation so that you can see how the numbers work out. And you may be surprised at what you're going to see, okay? So here it is. Before I present to you a series of numbers, let's go through some Social Security matters that you need to consider. First thing is, the earliest that a person can start receiving Social Security retirement benefit will be at the age of 62. Now, if you were born in 1956, this is just an example. Your full retirement age will be 66 years and 4 months. This is the example we use in this illustration. But if you were born in 1949, probably it will be younger than 66. Maybe it's 66 or 65. If you were in 2019, as of today, you need to earn 5,440 annually. That's small, okay, for at least 10 years to qualify for Social Security. That's just to qualify for Social Security. So the next question is, what is the minimum I'll receive and what is the maximum? Well, the minimum Social Security benefit who work as a low-wage earner like McDonald's for at least 30 years is about $850 per month. That's nice. But the maximum Social Security benefit at full or normal retirement age is $2,861 for 2019. And that also goes up every year. Payable to those who work at a maximum taxable earnings for at least 35 working years. All right? And of course, anywhere from 10 to 35 years, there's some calculation involved, and we don't need to be involved with that. I think the best thing is for you to get your actual benefit statement by requesting Social Security at this number, or by creating an online account with the Social Security Administration's website. Then you will get the benefit and you don't have to guess. And let's not get involved with the calculation of benefits. Now, there is a penalty for 2019 if you have other income, like you're working, and you have, or maybe you have a pension plan earnings from other sources, and it is over 17,640 or 1,470 per month. The Social Security benefit will be reduced $1 for every $2 it exceeds that amount. So let's say you're working and you work for and made $20,000, and let's assume this to be 17,000. Okay, so let's say you work and made $20,000. So that's let's say about 3,000. Actually, it's about 2,400 over the maximum. Your Social Security will be reduced 1,200. Okay, so that's per year. Per month will be on this basis. So Just keep that in mind. If you're continuing to work and you think you will exceed the limit here, you might not want to collect Social Security yet. And by the way, once you start collecting, you cannot say, oh, stop. Now, the other question is, are benefits taxable? The answer is yes. However, if you're just relying on that income as your sole income, most likely it will never get taxed because it will not exceed your exemption, or there's no more exemption now, there's a standard deduction. However, if you have other sources of income like 401k or part-time job, you should expect to pay some income tax on Social Security benefits. All right. And by the way, I just learned that if you're collecting from a private pension plan, that will not affect your Social Security. But if you're collecting from public pension plan, meaning you work for the government and they gave you pension, it will affect your Social Security benefit. The reason being, the difference between a private pension plan and a public pension plan is if you work for the government gives you that pension without you contributing money into it. And therefore, when you receive payments, that affects your Social Security. Whereas, in the case of private pension plan, if you are receiving a benefit, it's because you paid money into it. Okay, it has nothing to do with the government's money. That's the difference between a private pension plan and a public pension plan. Okay, so these are, and this is the key thing here that will be assumed in our presentation, that you were born in 1956 and therefore your full retirement age will be 66 and 4 months. And in terms of your income, we will just assume $1,000 for ease of arithmetic. Let's proceed. Okay, the thing we're going to talk about is, let's look at the benefit payout percentages. I got this information from this website, https blah 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 ssa.gov. So just go through this website and you will see these percentages. What this is saying basically is if you retire at the age of 62, you will get 73.3% of what you would have gotten at the matured age of 66 years and 4 months. So your full retirement age, given the assumption I mentioned earlier, if you were born a certain year, this is going to be your maturity age, 100% of the full benefit. And let's assume that's $1,000 for ease of arithmetic, okay? So if you will get at age 62, 73.3% of this, you will get $733. If you wait until you're 63, you will get $783. If you will wait until you're age 66, you will get $978 until 66 and 4 months, and you will get the full $1,000. Again, this benefit here, footnote B, that varies depending on the contributions you made while you were earning. These contributions are the so-called Social Security tax or FICA tax, FICA. That means Federal Insurance Contribution Act, FICA. So depending on how much earnings you had, and therefore the greater the earnings, the greater the contribution, it will determine how much you will be entitled when you retire. Okay, like what I said, this is just being used, the $1,000, so it's a nice round number, so it's easy to multiply 1,000 times 73.3, it's $733. 78.3% times 1,000 is $783. 84.4% of 1,000 is $844. Okay, so now let us see what that means in terms of what you would lose if you wait. Okay, if you wait relative to age 62, where you could have collected $733 a month, if you wait 12 months to age 63, you would lose $8,797. That's 733 times 12. Okay, that's 8,797. In the same token, if you wait until you're age 54, then you would lose 24 months, okay? 12 plus 12, 24 months of $733 or $17,593 and so forth and so on until the age 66 and 4 months, you would lose 38,117, okay? Now, how much benefit are you going to get? Well, looking at the next column, you will see that you will gain $50 more, $111 more, $178 more, and that's the difference between this number and the 733. This is the difference between the 844 and the 733. So, well, at age 66 and 4 months, you'll be getting $267 more a month. Wow, that's a lot of money, right? Well, sure, that's a lot of money. But remember, by the time you start collecting, you would have already lost $38,000. Okay? All right, so now how do we figure this thing out? To compute what the payback period will be, the number of months, you divide this dollars that you have forgone divided by 50, that means 176 months. 17,593 divided by 111, that's 158 months. So over here, 38,000 divided by 267, 143 months. So it's going down a little bit, okay? Now, what does that mean? That means you will break even. You divide all these numbers by 12 and you will have 15 years, 13, 12, 12, 12. Now, you add these years by your age at the time you started collecting. At age 78, you will break even. At age 78, you will break even. Here at 65, if you start collecting at 65, at your age 77, you'll break even. Okay? And therefore, the average is that 78 years. So it's close, 78, 77, 78, 78. So you're talking 78 years. Now, keep one thing in mind though. We are not taking the value of money. Money received today, meaning this money, okay, is worth more than money that we will receive in the future. Follow me? Money we receive today is worth more than money we'll receive in the future. And the reason for that is as you're receiving the 733, you could be putting that in a savings account. You could be putting that in the stock market. You could be putting that in mutual funds or even real estate. And each year, that goes up in value. And it has a compounding effect. The first month, you stash away 733. The next month, you will have 1,400 stashed away. Next month, you will have $2,000 stashed away. So it's going to be a lot more than this number. All right. Now, the reason I did it this way is if you are just relying on your income, so you're getting the 733 a month, and you are spending it, then you don't have any money to save, and therefore it will not appreciate in value. But if the money you're going to get is extra, meaning you have other source of income, for example, you're still continuing to work, or you have another pension plan that you're drawing from, maybe you have a business that you're drawing from, and therefore anything you get here you can save, then it will be earning money. So what does that mean? The value of this, okay, let's assume, for the sake of discussion, let's just assume it's 3%. The value of money is 3%. This will be 8,009. By this period, this would have accumulated to 40,000. Now, guess what? You're not going to get lump sum of $40,000. That is the money that you did not collect. But now you're going to collect that in the future by getting $267 more. So again, you get that over time, okay? And assuming the payback at 3%, okay? So you're collecting this thing at 3%, it will take you 192 months. 236 months, 210, 196. So this is taking into account the value of money, okay? And you're looking at 16 years, 20 years. So by the time you're able to get this lost revenue, you will be 82 years old. And let's take a look at this. Suppose this is 6%. You're looking at 94, almost 100 years old, okay? So that's what the picture looks like. There you have it. Surprisingly, as you will see in the numbers, the longer you wait, the less benefit you're going to get, contrary to what a lot of people think. And there are a lot of videos made on this, and there are a lot of conflicting. Some say you do this, some say you do that, but ultimately it's you who is going to decide. And what those people are saying will not necessarily apply to you. So take a look at the numbers and take a look at what you think. It depends on your health. If you think you will not live until age 70, well, you may want to collect now. If you think you will live until your age 100, you may want to defer later. Do you have savings account where you will earn this kind of return that we're talking about? Or are you going to be spending the money as you collect them? So you collect $1,000 today, you spend $1,000 tomorrow. Okay? Today 1,000, tomorrow 1,000. Today 1,000, tomorrow 1,000, which means you have no savings. Well, if you don't have savings, where are you going to invest the money? In which case you will have to assume a zero return on your investment because you have no investment. On the other hand, if you have a lot of surplus cash, let's say you have a lot of earnings from before you sold the house and you have huge earnings, therefore anything you collect is going to be saved, then where are you going to put them? If you put them in a 1% savings account, it's one thing. If you put them in a 10% mutual funds, stocks, or even real estate, that's another thing. So now you have to decide. I wish you luck, and please, if you like this video, share it and subscribe, and don't forget to click the notification button so that you'll be notified of all new videos that I'm putting out.